Hello people, it's me Nosy and I'm back again for another video and right, I'm going to try and get this as straight as a die as a point, okay? This is like the fifth attempt at trying to do this, and half of the stuff that I was going to show you I missed off. So I've had to redo the video again because I've missed out some stuff that, yeah, so as you can see this is a vlog. I've got some pickups that I'm going to show you at some point in the video, or as whenever, and obviously, just talk about what I've been doing generally. Obviously, if you was following my Facebook and possibly Twitter, if you was on any of those and you saw anything from me over the weekend, mainly Friday and Saturday, then you would have known on Friday I was doing something pretty awesome, well, for me anyway. I went down to Sheffield to WWE Live, and it was, well, it was a really was a pretty cool evening. It really was, it was just to be in that area, and there's loads of young kids around, young lasses, young lads that are, so enthusiastic about the wrestlers that were coming out, and wearing what their favourite wrestler was wearing, and it just made me think back to when I was a kid, and I didn't actually dress up like my favourite wrestler, but I used to emulate them in some fashion. My favourite wrestler back when I was a kid was The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. He was my favourite. And I used to emulate what used to be one of his signature moves, which was the People's Elbow. And he also did the People's Eyebrow as well. And I used to emulate those two things from him. And on the school playground, I used to wrestle with some kids that I knew, and I used to do the People's Elbow and all that kind of thing, And yeah, it was, you can relate to stuff like that, because it's nostalgia for me, and seeing all these new kids just really enthusiastic about what's going to happen. It was a really good night. Yeah, because some of the wrestlers I'm just going to name, I actually can't remember every single person, but there was Dean Ambrose, he was there. Ryback was there. Rusev was there. John Cena was there. I think it was Randy. Was it Norton? Randy Norton? I can't remember if that. I do apologise if that's the wrong surname, but anyway, so the Apex Predator was there. That's another term he goes by. Who else was there? Rusev, John Cena, Dean Ambrose, Kane, and Ryback. There was also a couple of divas there as well. There was Naomi, Paige, and the Bella Twins. They were there, and yeah, it was a really good night. Really enjoyed it. There's a couple of main fights or matches that were for actual matches that were actually for the belt. There was one which was John Cena versus Rusev, and he was against obviously Rusev, and he was playing. They were more or less fighting each other for the was it the American Champion belt, I think. So yeah, it was that kind of thing, and then there was an actual heavyweight, I think it's heavyweight champion belt fight as well, which was Randy's fight. So yeah, that was really good evening, really good, really enjoyed it. So yes, moving swiftly on with the video, so all I'm going to say is, anybody out there watching this video, if you've ever been a fan, if you watched it when you was a kid, or if you still are a fan, but you've just never been to a live event, next time they're near you, or you're able to get money in order to go and see them in America or whatnot, I urge you to do it because it is worth it. It's really good, really good. Right, so moving on. Now I've got pickups, things that I bought, or things that I've accumulated over the last couple of days. On Saturday, I went in town and I picked up these four items. There's only two things here that are more relevant to this channel that I'm on now, but the other two things are actually well, yeah, these two are actually two other things actually aren't there from the other channel, which is my Nosy Anime Guy channel. I actually have a couple of things that are actually more for that channel, but I will get to them momentarily. Right, so first things first, I picked up this book. This is, obviously, as you can possibly read, it is No Angel, my undercover journey to the dark heart of the Hells Angels. So this is basically just a story about this guy who is an ATF special agent who infiltrated the Hells Angels, and he managed to survive it. How the hell? But yeah, he managed to. And it's basically his recollections and his stories about what happened while he was part of the Hells Angels, investigating things. And books like this really intrigue me. I've got another book that is actually about a different thing, but it's a very similar feel, and it's called Tokyo Vice, and it's a book by a American. Is he American or is he Australian? I can't remember, but he went to Japan to study journalism, and he more or less got involved with the Yakuza, and he more or less kind of recollected any cases that that was a part of, for like any cases that were connected to the Yakuza, and it was a really good book, and that I really enjoyed that, and I'm gonna hopefully enjoy this as well. So anybody that's into books like this, maybe pick it up, give it a good read. That's one thing. I've not actually watched this yet. I've heard it's good, but nowhere near as good as Ted. And if you know what I'm talking about, it's this. A Million Ways to Die in the West. Seth MacFarlane. This was reduced to $6.99, and I thought, you know what? I've not actually seen it. I didn't go to cinema to see it. I just didn't have time. And I thought, you know what? I'll pick it up. It's only £7, so if it ends up not being that good, I'm not really going to cry over it. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Seth MacFarlane, big fan of American Dad and Family Guy and all that stuff. So yeah, looking forward to checking that out. So these two things I got on Saturday as well when I went into town. I picked up, these two anime box sets. This is from the creator of Akira, and it's called Freedom, the complete series. And I believe it's meant to be like set in space. This one, in the 23rd century, mankind has fled Earth and emigrated to the moon. So yeah, it's pretty cool. A big fan of Akira, great film, and it's only $9.99, and I thought, you know what, that is as cheap as you're going to get it in HMV for anime box sets. So yeah, I thought, pick that up. Also, again, this was also $9.99, and I'd never heard of it before. It's a 12-episode series, and it's called Ride. I think it's Ride Back. It's like a cross between, it's like a mecha type series. As you can see, it's a motorcycle, but it like transforms into like a mech suit type thing. But yet she's on top of it like a bike. Seems strange, but yeah, I thought, I like this kind of thing, and I like when they do like a bit of a spin on mecha. I like it, so I'll give that a try, see what it's like. Right. Now, moving on to things that I picked up separately to those. These are things that I got off the internet and other things. So I'm going to show you this because I picked this up from my work when I was, when I was shopping. And a big fan of DreamWorks and a big fan of the Madagascar films, so I picked up this, which is Penguins of Madagascar, the movie. And I've not actually watched it yet. I've had it for about a week, and I'm going to definitely sit down at some point and give that a watch. Now, these things I'm going to show you now, these 3 items, I actually got off the internet. I got off Amazon. I got this, I think it was yesterday. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1. I'm just starting to watch it all again, because I said, my mate Sam, he got this, and he said like the first 9 episodes are actually not that good, but if once you get past that point, it actually starts to improve, and obviously then it has ties into the Winter Soldier film, and then Season 2 is supposed to have ties into the Inhumans film, I believe. That's right. But I've not actually watched any of Season 2 yet, because I've not finished watching Season 1, so happy I've got that finally. And then I've got these that I got off as well. I've got Eden of the East, the definitive collection. This is the original series plus the movies in one box set, which is cool. Yes. I've actually seen everything of this, but it's a good series. Recommend it. And then moving on again, I got this, which is Dead Mountain Land. I watched it back when it first started on Toonami. Back when Toonami first started, this was one of the first animes that was on the schedule, and I managed to watch it. Really enjoyed it. Just a shame that the way it ended was a bit of a shame, but yeah, but really glad I've got that. Awesome. And that is everything. That is all the pickups, things I've have got recently, as of yesterday, as of generally within the week. And yes, it's been a great weekend. I've had 2 pretty good weekends. Last weekend, obviously, I went out for a real good night out with a couple of mates. Last weekend, and then this weekend, I had the wrestling thing. Went out for a bit of went out on Saturday for, in town, have a look around, and ended up going out with last minute. I went out with my friend Darren yesterday evening, and I didn't get into about 1ish. So yeah, I've had a couple of really good weekends, and I don't do it often. I don't really go out often because I just can't afford it usually. And it's only because the last couple of months I've actually had an increase in my wage, in my packet, because I've done a lot of overtime, that I was able to actually afford to do a couple of nights out. So yeah, really enjoyed it. It's been great. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll be back very soon with more videos. Peace. Be awesome, people. Be awesome.